Welcome to Tush Twins, streaming on malcolmpresents.com. And you can reach us on Twitter and you can reach us on YouTube.
Okay. So
And
I'm starting.
Welcome. Started.
I'm starting it. So we're gonna start quickly. I'm gonna do the actual intro fast. So move over. Lucy and Ethel, Laverne and Shirley, and Thelma and Louise, Betty and Wilma, Tina and Amy. Because here come the Tush Twins.
Tush Twins!
With tales of friendship from Brooklyn and beyond. Maxine Faith, moi, Paula Rose, a.k.a. Rusty, a.k.a. the Redhead, will bring you through their 60-plus years of friendship with levity, drama, joy, and unabashed love. From Brighton to Coney, New York City to the burbs, into the whole wide world. We have been through it all. And we will take you, and we do take you through our journey. Because we know each other so long and so well, our atomic particles have been joined at the Tush. We hope you enjoy our tales.
Ooh.
Whoa. So
we're becoming an X-rated show.
We're yeah, this is it. So we're in the week now of Passover and Easter and whatever other I don't know other religions, but there are having holidays or whatever. Ramadan.
No, Ramadan.
I don't think it's Ramadan.
It's just finished.
Did it? I don't want to say that and not have that exactly. But in any event, we are getting ready for Passover and for
or as I say in my home, Pesach.
Pesach. Yes. Yeah. When you would say everyone would leave, they'd go Azisen Pesach. Oh, you gotta get the. It's important to get the.
I in my dating days and dating non-Jewish women, a lot of women couldn't go.
Right, couldn't go. Well, if they go in the night, then you're okay, I guess. If they don't go in the night,
whatever that means.
I don't even know whatever that means. It means nothing.
Ramadan is from March 22nd through April 20th.
So it's happening now.
Yeah. Yes.
So we have the major religions, and then there's other. What are the Buddhists doing today? I don't know this week.
There's Jehovah's Witnesses.
Okay, well,
today on Jehovah's Witness. Today they are celebrating the Last Supper.
Oh, okay.
Which they just don't get it. It's a Passover Seder.
The Seder.
Well, we can go back and forth on this forever, but
I just want to know why in today's society, if there were 12 men that lived together, stayed together, had dinner together, what would you call them?
A fraternity.
Never mind.
I'm gonna say fraternity.
Good friends.
I'm gonna just say I'm just gonna say it's like frat boys. What do I know? No, I'm not gonna even touch that.
Just a thought.
I ain't touching that with a 10-foot pole or anything else. See,
I have a very evil mind, so don't go by me.
You don't say it. Don't say it.
Well, there's a very famous comedian who invented the 12-foot pole. The things you can't touch with a 10-foot pole.
Oh, really? Okay.
And then forget Ed Wynn.
Ed Wynn. I loved Ed Wynn.
Oh my God, he was awesome.
He played the character called the Perfect Fool.
Right.
Yes, he did.
And his son was a very fine actor, Keenan Wynn.
Yes, Keenan Wynn was excellent.
Right.
But I loved Ed Wynn. He was in a lot of Disney movies.
Yeah, right. He played like silly,
It was silly.
He was a silly guy. He was the silly guy. So, but
and had this little titter of a laugh.
Yeah. So there's so we grew up in Brooklyn, and there's different parts of Brooklyn that we'd have seders. We'd have lots of family, lots of seders. We'd have to shop weeks and weeks in advance. I remember going to Borough Park. There was this one store that my mom and dad would go to for all the Passover stuff. And out by you is like in Pico Boulevard is where all the stores are, Malcolm.
Oh yeah.
A lot of the Jewish population. There's a lot of stores. on Fairfax and Pico and
Pico and Fairfax, Pico
right,
and
right,
Fairfax, and
so
Yeah,
so those are busy. I'm sure today they're out the door. You can't even get in sometimes to some of these places. So
there
you
is
had
nothing by me. Zero.
well, you are not in an area
Zero.
where there
They
are
sell gefilte fish, matzah, and jelly rings. That's
that's
Passover
it.
up here.
well, I forgot which store it was when my parents moved to Florida. I
Mhm.
wasn't Publix, one of them, Winn-Dixie maybe. So
Maybe.
there's a big Jewish population in the 70s. They moved down from New York, and it said to our Jewish friends, welcome, chali on sale. For Passover,
That's up.
seriously, for Passover. And my mom went to the store manager. She goes, do you know what you just did? She goes, matzah, we don't eat bread on Passover. And the guy goes, what? And he goes, that's why you have matzah, you have boxes of matzah. That's what you say.
Yeah,
Here's the boxes of matzah.
it's Passover when Costco has matzah.
Right,
Oh,
well,
yes.
or any store, you see it like 6 weeks before
And now,
they start.
and Ralph's, which is part of Kroger, over
Mhm.
here in Sherman Oaks, they have
Yes.
matzah all year round.
Yeah, well,
And
Yeah, they have matzah all year
they have
round.
matzah all year round here. It's
Everywhere.
yeah, so
and the fact that they have a kosher section and a kosher butcher.
right, so
Not here.
we
But
have a
you're
seat.
the token Jew.
There's a few of
token
us,
sister. Sorry,
and
bit
I'm
of
the token elder
bit
sister.
you're the token
I'm
other
the
sister.
other sister.
The
You're the
other.
other token sister, the other. Us
The
to our
other.
us to our brothers.
Yes.
Remember that one?
Yes, I
Okay.
do. I'll
Have you
never
ever
forget
gone
that.
have you ever gone to a really religious Seder? I've gone to
Yes, I
Seders,
have.
which has always been, sort of Sederish, I would call it.
Well,
No, I've
there's
been to
something.
this every year.
Well, I
Growing
have
up.
in my hands the 10-minute Seder.
I
Yeah.
love it. That's what I
Okay.
do.
So, but when I was a kid, my grandpa Papa Lou and Mama Nettie used to make incredible food. The Seders
Mm.
were like 3 hours.
Yeah.
Just before
Three,
you
four
got to
hours.
dinner. I mean, it was like, it was literally 2 hours to dinner. Everything you can possibly think of, a prayer, or this, wash your hands, eat this. It was insane. And we were always at the kiddie table with my cousins, and we were like starving, and we were like
Yeah.
falling asleep. And, the whole highlight was looking for the afikoman to see if we'll get some money. Other than that, we were bored out of our
I still,
minds.
I had it. My uncle Abe, my father's uncle, was a rabbi. So every
Mhm,
year at my aunt Henrietta's house,
mhm,
Uncle Abe would come over his sister's house, and we would have Passover Seder. You know my Uncle Abe.
of
And
course.
he would have the pillow behind him.
Right,
My
right. And
uncle
then,
was a chaplain for the Army, the U.S. Army. He was
mhm.
stationed in Fort Hamilton for many years until he retired. But he was a conservative rabbi, not a reformed conservative. So we did the Seder from soup to nuts. And every time, I think I remember falling asleep under the table because of the wine.
Well,
And
we
you
had
drank the
grape
wine?
juice. We had
Yeah,
grape juice. I don't
no,
think we had, the kiddie
Hmm.
table had a bottle of Kedem, a couple of bottles of Kedem grape juice,
I
which
have that now.
I have to pick
Yeah.
that. I have to pick that up because I don't,
I got it.
we
Speaking
have
of,
our, go ahead.
yeah, so speaking of the kiddie table, I speak to my cousin who's about my age, and we talk all the time. How you know you're getting
22.
older? Yeah, no, how you know you're getting older? Because when you go to the Seders or any of the big, that and Rosh Hashanah were the two big dinners we had.
Right.
That you sit at the kiddie table, and all the
Hmm.
kids the same age and the cousins are there. As you get older, you go to the parent table. So there's a kiddie table, the parent table, and then your aunts and uncles.
Mm.
Now we're at the older table. We're the grandparents' table, then there's a parent table, and there's
The
the
kiddie
kiddie table.
table.
And
And
then
I always call
and
her
then
up.
there's under the table.
Yeah,
It's
well that.
like,
Hello.
And, and, yeah.
or
And
flash dance.
yeah,
Woo!
but anyway, our line is when I call her up, I say, when did we become them?
Oh yeah,
I haven't gotten there yet.
I'm not
I
there
Yeah.
yet.
refuse.
I'm not
Okay.
there.
Refuse.
I'm not there yet. So I'll
Yeah,
let you
yeah.
be there yet.
Okay,
We're
guys,
still trying to not be there yet. So
guys, that's known as denial.
happy
Hate
to
to
be
say it.
denied. Happy to be denying.
I'm on the denial.
I
Walk
am.
like an
Walk
Egyptian.
like an Egyptian. Do, do, do. That's what I used to when I had giant satyrs at my house. We used to play that as people were walking in.
Yeah, but
One of
what
my
happened?
favorite satyrs was in California when we went out to I think it was I think it was the boys' bar mitzvah or Neely's bar
Something.
mitzvah.
Could have been
It was
Neely's.
someone's bar mitzvah out there. We went out, we had it in the hotel room.
Oh, right. Right.
That
That
was
was
fun.
one of the
That was a lot
craziest.
of
My
fun.
mom, oh my God, Ruthie's making chicken and turkey or whatever she made. It was hysterical.
It was fun.
It
We
was
had a
one of the
great
most
time.
fun. We did all the songs.
The
Yep.
funnest.
They brought guitars, we were playing all the hot
That's
God,
a very
yeah,
happy
God,
memory.
one little goat, father boy for two Susan. So anyway, so a lot of times Easter and Passover are very close or converge together. I mean,
All the time.
Passover, what?
All the
Passover's,
time.
yeah, well,
Because
yeah,
obviously the Last
because
Supper
of the
was the
Last
Seder.
Supper, right?
Supper.
And that
So
was how long before when they arrested him? How long before he was crucified?
I don't know.
Only
I was
about a
hoping
week.
I was hoping that would happen today somehow to somebody.
Well,
Anyway.
oh yeah,
You
happy
read my
indictment.
mind.
This is from now on will not be known as Indictment Day.
You're right. April 4th is Indictment Day, but we're not going to go there right now because I was kind of looking at stuff for Passover, like how we
Mm-hmm.
could get it. So they have the Easter parade on Fifth Avenue in the
Yes,
Easter
they
bonnet
do.
with all the frills upon
But
it.
how I
And then I
need
found out I
someone.
had no idea that there was a Passover parade
Yeah, I
in
read that in the paper.
1906.
Mm-hmm.
The Hebrew Standard, which is a Jewish periodical, said the paper went to describe the scene on Grand Street, home of the parade. It was
I used to go
jammed.
shopping
It
there.
was jammed, and ladies outvied each other in their dresses and display of diamonds. Oi, gewalt!
Oh,
Oi,
and
meinst du
I
mich,
should have been
Carriage Volker?
there. You can
And
see
it
all
was
my
also
diamonds.
like
What?
it was to parade the unmarried women and to have them dressed and have their ring, get them to get engaged. It was like a thing. It was like the matchmakers were out in numbers, like trying to get these women out. And so but it was quite a spectacle, and it was the Passover parade. And they said that it was mostly because crowds were coming out of the synagogues in their holiday best, and they were just figuring, hey, we're gonna just walk around, it should be.
Maxine, do you remember going to temple on the Rosh Hashanah and we all walk on the boardwalk and everyone had the finest clothes
Right,
walking on the boardwalk, the same thing on
right,
all the holidays. And then
right,
we all end up in Nathan's.
right. Yeah, well, I don't think we ate hot dogs though.
No, we didn't
Right,
eat hot dogs.
well, no, we on Rosh Hashanah we did,
Shana,
but
yeah,
not for
No, no.
Passover. No.
no, but on Rosh Hashanah we did.
Well,
I,
I lived at the beginning of the boardwalk in Coney Island by Seagate,
Mm-hmm.
and
mhm.
during the Jewish holidays, me and a group of friends would walk the boardwalk to Brighton Beach and even to Manhattan Beach because that's
It
where
was,
all the pretty women were.
Yeah,
Not pretty
well,
women, pretty girls.
they're pretty
yeah,
girls, absolutely.
And we used to
Hey,
go there, and all the
check
girls
out the
were,
scenery, huh? Yeah,
yeah,
you
check it
men,
out,
you
and
all you
everybody's
boy.
dressed up in their finest.
Yeah, well, that's what it said. It said that the Brooklyn Times said described the big business done by clothing and dry goods stores in the run up to Passover and food stores. And Jewish charities help purchase new outfits for deserving poor people, which was
yes.
really terrific. And it began at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And they said
Mhm.
they used the word the ghetto was lively with bright costumes of men, women, and children. I mean, I had no idea that even happened. And again, I said it was kind of a matchmaking event in addition to chance for the Jewish community to show off its finery. They basically said that matchmakers attended in great numbers and gleefully rubbed their hands because, as the paper noted, the parade's participants were many pretty girls and prosperous bachelors. So this was like a place, so then of course the counterpart, the Easter parade, was a big thing. And so it was like for a long, long time. And so I never knew that. Did you guys know
Yeah, I
that?
never knew
I
that.
knew about the parade, but I didn't know too much about it. I knew my father told me there was a parade.
Right.
Because I always asked him about why don't we have one. He says years and years ago there was a parade. I said, but he says we're always making a parade when we're walking on the boardwalk in our finery. We get
Right.
dressed up.
Yeah.
Usually we're wearing our spring clothes in this for Passover, and it's so
Right.
cold out still because we're by the
Yeah,
beach.
sometimes, well, so it's supposed to be 80 degrees in New York Thursday.
Yeah.
Well, today is 75 degrees
I know.
right now where I am.
When I didn't go, I have to walk
Actually,
Sparkle
today was
side.
cold in LA because I was there's a wind, the wind about 15 miles an hour, and it's a cold wind, a chill
Right.
wind, and the temperature's about 60.
Right.
I'm
Well,
I'm dressed in my winter coat. I have a stocking cap, saying New
oh
York, like the New
God.
York Giants. I
Yeah.
have a
Oh,
hood
yeah,
over
man.
there and sunglasses.
Oh, and one
Look at
quick
me,
thing.
sleeveless shirt.
One quick thing. Pat, I want to congratulate the UConn
UConn.
Huskies for winning. And my son was there since he's a Connecticut University of Connecticut law school alum, and he witnessed them winning the game. He was such an
Is he still
excited
there?
kid. He's still there because he has to work, so he had to
And then he hasn't gotten
stay
a
there.
flight out. I
You
was
know,
going to
he,
give you a call at the end of the game, but I thought you would tell me
I
what.
was up. Believe me, I was up until 1 o'clock. So
But I
Yeah,
was
my
rooting
husband was
for San
watching.
Diego.
so
Hate to
San
say.
Diego.
No,
Sorry,
UConn. No,
Yeah,
UConn.
UConn is kind of a powerhouse.
I'm an Angelino. I'm a California guy now.
I understand, but hey,
East
my
Coast.
son, my son and my niece, we were texting with them the whole time. My
They, they,
niece,
they, they, they played a much better game. The second half,
yeah,
they have a good team.
yeah.
Yes, they
Well,
do.
they're the national champs, so there you go. So back to Passover, because I guess sometimes the NCAA March Madness is in also similar times to Passover and Easter. It falls out sometimes the same. So there's a lot of stuff going on. But so we have to eat matzah because we can't eat leavened bread because the bread didn't
Right.
have time when they were leaving Egypt to rise, and that's why we eat matzah. And then there's the plagues, fire, disease, boils. I don't like the slaying of the firstborn son part. I hate to even say it. Frogs, and I know they have these things now, the 10 plagues you can throw things, and I know you
I
got some
got
of
them.
those. You got some of those things. So, but the main thing
Puppets
is
too.
we couldn't you can't eat bread and you can't eat certain foods. You
The, the,
can't
the,
eat
yeah,
anything with
that's
leavening, bread, cookies, cakes, anything. But for a long, long time, that was the case. But now, back in 2016, the conservative rabbinical group said that it's called Ketiniot. Ketiniot which was not Sephardic Jews always ate rice and beans
Yes.
and things. And since my grandfather was actually Palestinian, he was born in Palestine before it became Israel. There's Sephardic Jews on my side. So when I found out about this in 2016, and even a little before that, I'm like, if I'm
Yeah.
part Sephardic, I could eat rice. I'm not gonna, go and say, I'm just gonna stick to that. So now you can eat rice and you can eat
Well,
beans.
since you're Sephardic,
You're Sephardic now. Well, it's not only that, it's the Committee on Jewish Law and Standards, which is a legal
Mhm.
body of the conservative movement, voted on and passed 2 separate papers allowing the eating of kitniot on Passover.
Okay.
Kitniot being chickpea. This is what you can have.
okay.
You couldn't have kitniot or legumes, rice, seeds, and corn. Chickpeas, popcorn, millet, lentils, edamame, corn on the cob. They were all off the table. But now,
Right.
no. Now you can eat popcorn. You can eat popcorn.
Really? That I
It
didn't know.
says right now this is what this article said, whether you do it or
Oh,
not.
I'm a happy person.
Chickpeas, popcorn, millet, lentils, edamame, corn on the cob. were all off the table. You couldn't eat them. But
Right.
in
I never did.
2016, as I said, the Committee on Jewish Law and Standards voted on and passed 2 separate papers allowing the eating of kitniot.
But can you eat pastas?
No,
No.
nope.
They have pasta, but it's really gross. It's
Anyway,
mushy.
so
Manischewitz pasta?
Yeah, basically, yeah. It's really, you heat it up and within 2 seconds it gets mushy.
well,
I hate mushy.
they
You can have
also
pasta al dente?
No, you can't do it
no,
al
no,
dente.
no. But one of the reasons that they lifted the ban on the kitniot is for health and eating habits. And they also the price of Passover goods is out the way. It's crazy.
It's
how much
ridiculous.
everything is, and people couldn't afford it. And then so that's another reason that they did that. And there's people saying that the Eastern Europe descent, they avoided it, but now they're doing what the Sephardic Jews
but to
did
be
in
truly
Spain,
religious,
Portugal, North Africa, and the Middle East, which includes Israel.
but to be
So
truly religious, you need a new set of dishes for Passover.
yes,
You
we
can't have
had.
your regular dishes. You
You
can have your
did have-
milchedish
No,
or your fleischer
I
dish.
had a whole
Set.
separate dishes and silverware for Passover.
Only for Passover.
Yes.
Only for Passover.
Mm-hmm.
And you could, but you can. The thing was, you can use if the plates were they were just glass plates, clear glass plates. You can use those for both. But I never, we always had separate. We bought separate dishes for Passover.
That's what we grew up to do.
And that's what we had in my house in Brooklyn.
What?
And I had up here for a long, long time until I said, no more.
No, I'm over that. I
You
did
know,
that when I was first married to my
me
first
too.
husband.
Exactly. I did it because Les's family, and his dad, and I did it to respect them. But unfortunately, they're not, his dad's. Anyway, aside from that,
we were never that religious.
yeah, it just, but it's amazing to me that now it's okay. You can eat those things. And so
But actually, it was great for kids because you have that's 4 questions, right?
yeah,
Yes.
why is this night different
Hazem
from all other
Mikochel.
nights?
That's the only one I remember.
So, but I like the new version. So what's up with matzah?
What's the thing with matzah? It sounds like a Jerry Seinfeld thing.
I know. What's the thing with matzah?
What do you,
Well, there's a song I sent you on Share, and it was a takeoff on the Billy Joel song. Now I'm forgetting what it was, but it's very funny. Right. It was a whole Jewish group. They must be like about 20 guys in a chorus.
Right.
Oh God.
Well,
see, I listened to the Maccabees.
The Maccabees?
Or the Y Studs.
The Maccabees was another
holiday.
Y
Studs.
Y Studs.
Y-STUD. They're Israeli, or they're a Hebrew group, and they're hysterical, and they have voices like angels.
Right. Really? I have not heard them. I heard the Maccabees, but not the other.
Do Jews have angels?
Yes.
We have angels.
You're looking at 2 of us.
We're the angels.
We're angels.
I don't know. I mean,
Could you turn around? I want to see your wings.
Well,
no, I have to put my horns down.
Yeah, don't.
And then I have my laser eyes because we're mazel tough.
Right, we're mazel tough and
mazel tough.
Mazel tough.
Yeah, we have the lasers up in space. That's it's like Jews in space. Remember History of the World?
Jews in space.
But we like, we have to have different ceremonies to talk about the Exodus from Egypt, and we were slaves, and the sons, the wise son doesn't know, and then one who doesn't know how to ask a question. I never even truly got that one.
No.
The wise one, the evil one, the simple one, and the one who doesn't know how to ask a question. What do you think?
I'm the simple one. I'm the evil one.
What's your interpretation of that one, Malcolm? The son that doesn't even know how to ask a question.
He's the smart one.
He doesn't have, I mean, that would actually mean he's dumb because he can't figure out how to ask a question. I don't know.
Well, he knows not to ask because
Right.
they're really stupid
Right.
questions.
He who knows not he knows.
I don't know. I don't know. But
Uh,
if the one doesn't, you're pointing the one to read the paragraph. I gotta find I don't have my regular. Haggadah.
Haggadah,
There's
mine's
actually
downstairs.
a comedy Haggadah now. Like the whole thing is like comedy. I
Oh,
have
how
to find
funny.
it.
I have to get
Yeah.
one of those.
I don't know. You can download it, I think. I just it wasn't working. It wasn't download. Maybe it was Jive and it wasn't anything. But there's just, there's you have to dip the to bring the tears and the sorrows for the people who were, leaving Egypt. You dip the salt water, the parsley in the salt water. You dip the never like the eggs. Who's the one who eats the eggs in the salt water? Not me. Do you guys eat the eggs in the salt water?
I
Malcolm?
love it.
Malcolm, do you eat the hard-boiled egg and dip it in the salt water?
No.
No, he doesn't.
I love that.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that, but in
I
any
do.
event, so that seems to be. What else can we say about Passover?
Okay, it's introducing Jerry Seinfeld's Passover stand-up introduction, the Yada Yada Haggadah.
Okay, I gotta find that. Is that an
I
actual
have
thing?
a question. Did you see the four new astronauts?
Yeah,
Yes,
Is one Jewish?
I
I
think one
did.
is.
Reed
think one is-
Weissman.
I think one is. I think there's a Jewish. There's a
The
woman, African
WYSEMAN.
American, and I don't know. I think
there's an Afro-American, Hispanic, I think, a
Is there
woman.
Hispanic? No, I
I
don't know if
think
there's
he was. I'm not
There's a
sure.
woman,
There's a
but there's
woman.
one. I don't know. Those are the Artemis. Those are the Artemis astronauts who are going to go to the moon. We're going back to the moon, folks. We're heading back.
I know. I'm very excited about
We
that.
haven't been there for 50 years.
I know.
Since 72.
Very,
And
very, very excited.
and oddly enough, and I'll go off subject, I went to the last two launches.
I know
Apollo
you did.
15 and Apollo 16 and Apollo 17. 16, 17 was the night launch. I remember it.
The night launch.
Yeah. So it was pretty incredible. And then I went to 2 shuttle launches in the 90s, and that I haven't been, they haven't been sending them up. They've been
No.
I mean, the SpaceX has been sending them to the space station, but I haven't seen any of those launches.
Did you hear that Branson, the one first went to space in his company? He's going bankrupt.
Richard Branson?
Richard
Yeah.
Branson?
Yeah, his company, the one who makes the satellites and who sent what's his name?
Well,
Shatner up there for 3
Yeah.
minutes for
Right.
$10 million. He's going
Really?
bankrupt.
Yeah, Branson is Virgin Airlines.
That's
Yes.
Virgin Air.
Mhm, yes.
So Virgin Air's going, or just the space part of it?
Just the space part.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're going chapter 11.
So now we have Musk and Bezos. And Bezos likes to make rocket ships that look like dicks. Don't you know?
I
it?
know.
I mean, look at that rocket ship. It is so obviously ridiculously stupid. How we got from Passover to this, I don't know.
But
The
it's a
ship is
rocket
gonna
ship.
pass over.
His new rocket ship vibrates.
Yeah. Well, that's every woman's dream. He should sell that. Probably have a big
Yeah.
oh God. Yeah, we're gonna sell.
Guys, I think I'm gonna have to end the show. We
Yeah,
started
Uh-oh.
off. We started
get
A
off great.
happy Passover.
Right.
Aziz and Pesach.
Aziz
Aziz
and
and
Pesach.
Pesach.
Are you going
Enjoy
I'm
your
not going to
matzah brie.
I'm not going to a Seder this year. Are you?
Yeah.
I'm going to a friend's.
I'm gonna FaceTime her for a few minutes, and then I'm making one on Thursday. So, anywho, for more fun than a barrel of monkeys, any fun. Just know that you
Remember, Tush
Twins sending
Twins
their Passover
say to
wishes,
everyone, happy Passover,
and happy Easter, happy Ramadan,
happy Ramadan,
happy Buddha, and any other people celebrating. And just remember, it's the spiritual connection to the universe.
Yeah,
Namaste.
we need a spiritual
Namaste.
connection.
Namaste.
Do you have an exit for the show, Max? We just say
I
good
do
night.
not really, other
Exit
than
stage left.
you've been hearing and listening to the Tush Twins.
Yeah,
And
streaming.
it's streaming on malcolmpresents.com, and it's on YouTube and
Twitter.
I don't think it's on Twitter yet.
We-
I don't know if
we
it will
tweet-
be on
I
Twitter.
tweet this. I don't know. I haven't
You
checked it.
tweet this, tweet it out. We
I
gotta get a
Tweet, tweet,
I tweeted
tweet.
we gotta be able we gotta
I
get
call
this
you
on
guys
the
2 tweets.
podcast. We gotta do the
2 twits.
podcast. So we'll talk
Yes.
about that. We have to
So
get this out
everyone,
in
happy,
podcast.
healthy holiday to everyone.
And remember, no bread until we meet again.
That's right. At least for us.
Bye.
All right. Ciao.
Happy Passover.
Shalom,
Pesach,
everyone.
everybody.
Shalom,
Aziz
shalom,
and
ta-ta.
Pesach.
Happy, happy.
Happy, happy, joy, joy.
Joy, joy. Happy, happy, George.